Recording
We
in
are going to
progress.
play the video of the presentation from the Is Jarwati. And if you have a questions after the three videos are played, you can ask the question, yeah, in the chat box. And after that, the committee will send your questions to the presenters. Well, the operator, please play the first video from Is Sujarwati.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this opportunity, we would like to present our research article about an analysis of connotative meaning in Michael Jackson's song lyric "Kill the World." So this presentation will be delivered by Menti Sujarwati and me, myself, Nuka Padansari. Okay, let's get the ball rolling. So I will start from the introduction of this research. So as we know that people are transfer their idea or information through language. However, not all people can understand many languages over the words. Therefore, translation is needed to transfer equivalent meaning, which is called as semantic study and linguistics. Semantic study is systematic study of meaning in words, phrases, and even sentences. In addition, it also can include the study about how the language is organized and express their meaning. Moreover, semantics not only found in daily communication, but also it can be applied in literary works such as song. And sometimes, a song can consist of literal meaning and cannot be translated in actual word, or it can be called as kinetic meaning. So based on the background above, then the researcher will be conducting this research by seeking the connotative meaning in Michael Jackson's song lyric, Kill the Word, and also seek for the message delivered in that song by using rich theory. Okay, we come to the second part. It is about the research question. So there were two research questions formulated in this article. The first one is, what is the connotative meaning found in Michael Jackson's song lyric "Kill the Word"? And the second one is, how are the message delivered in the Michael Jackson song lyric "Kill the Word"? Meanwhile, there are three research significances. The first one is expected to develop translators and readers' knowledge about connotative term of a song lyric. The second one is given contribution for the lecturer in teaching semantic and linguistic study. And the third one is given contribution for foreign translator in doing translation in target linguistics, especially in translating a song lyric. Okay, for the methodology, so this research used descriptive qualitative approach to make systematic description about the phenomena that will be investigated. In addition, this research will be used only a song by Michael Jackson about "Kill the Word" in his album Dangerous, which first released in 1991. And this song is also chosen because of their popularity. In addition, for data collection, the researcher used 5 steps. The first one is downloading the song from internet. The second one is listening to the song, reading the lyrics, choosing the connotative words, and the last one is explaining the message delivered. Meanwhile, for analyzing the data, the researcher will use Miles and Huberman 2014 theories, such as the first one is data condensation. So in this step, the researcher will deselect the data and only focus on connotative words in Michael Jackson song's lyric. Meanwhile, in data display, the researcher will be arranged and organize the connotative words found by putting them in a table, whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. In this part, the researcher also will find the message delivered by the song. And the last step or uh, is verification or making conclusion based on the finding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of this presentation, such as result, discussion, and also conclusion, will be continued by my partner, Menti Sujarwati. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this nice occasion. I'd like to continue this presentation. That, as you know, that this research is talking about an analysis of connotative meaning in Michael Jackson's song lyric "Heal the World." As my partner Nova Panansari say that there are two research questions in this study. The first one is what is the qualitative meaning found in the Michael Jackson song lyric "Heal the World," and the second one is how are the message delivered in Michael Jackson song lyric "Heal the World." Yeah, based on this research question, we found there are 11 qualitative words in this lyric, as you see in our screen, that there are 8 qualitative types in positive types, and then there are 2 negative types, and there is 1 neutral connotative types. So from this we can see that in the Hill Toward Song lyric, there are 11 connotative words we, uh, we found after we analyze about it. And then the second result of our studies that there are three messages found in the Hill Toward Song lyric. The first one, the heart is a symbol of someone's sincerity where there is love and affection. And the second one is nothing is impossible to make this world much better as long as we have the intention. And the last one, become a good person is not difficult. We just need to be considered to the life around us. So after we analyze the lyric of Heal the World song singing by Michael Jackson, we found that there are 3 messages in this lyric, as I saw in this screen. Okay, next, based on this result, we can say that this result is different from other study because the nature of qualitative words indeterminate and open-ended based on our knowledge and beliefs about this universe. It is supported by Leach in 1981, page 13. That connotative meaning is very considered by based on individual cultural background and experience. And then the second one, based on the second result of our study, can be said that the message of this research of each previous study is still about the meaningful informative bits delivered by the songwriter in Gibran's song. It is stated by Sumarjo in Asidiki in 20 and 21 that a good literary works always give the good message for the reader as well. So from this result and discussion, we can say we can conclude that there are 2 types of connotative meaning found in the Heal the World song lyric. They are 8 positive meaning, 2 negative meaning, and 1 neutral meaning. And there are 3 messages found also here. The first one is heart as a symbol of someone's sincerity, and the second one, become a good person is not difficult, and the last one, nothing impossible in this world. That's all, I think, from our presentation, from our explanation. Thank you very much for hearing and seeing our presentations. Okay, see you.
Okay, thank you very much for the first video, yeah, from Is Sujarwati and Nova Pandan. So I think the operator can stop share. Please stop share. Connection is bad. Okay. So well, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the first video from the Sujarwati and Nova Pandan. We are from University of Bengkulu, and the second presenter is Ibu Rasiana. I think Bu Rasiana is here. But Bu Rasiana has already provided the video and he wants to play the video, yeah? So the title of Bu Rasiana's research is about implementation of passive communication on learning the digital era at SMA IT Ikro Kota Bengkulu. So, okay, Bu Rasiana, time is yours, yeah? For the operator, please play the video.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Rasiana Saragi. Saya berasal dari Universitas Bengkulu. Berbahagia sekali hari ini berkesempatan untuk memaparkan tulisan yang sudah saya buat dengan judul Implementation of Passive Communication on Learning the Digital Era at SMA IT Ikro Kota Bengkulu. Adapun yang menjadi latar belakang saya mengangkat tema ini adalah bahwa sebagaimana kita ketahui saat ini terjadi transformasi di bidang pendidikan di era digital saat ini, di mana terjadi perubahan dari cara-cara tradisional menuju cara-cara digital di dalam bidang pendidikan. Terjadinya transisi ini menuntut para pendidik untuk dapat merespon sekaligus beradaptasi dalam sistem pembelajaran yang ada saat sekarang ini, di mana sistem pembelajaran digital itu dianggap relevan berdasarkan kebutuhan siswa pada saat sekarang. Dan dalam pembelajaran digital ini juga tidak terlepas dari yang namanya hubungan ataupun komunikasi yang terjadi antara guru dengan siswa, meskipun pembelajaran itu menggunakan misalnya perangkat-perangkat digital ataupun komunikasi berlangsung secara tatap muka. Bagaimana yang disampaikan oleh Stewart L. Tops dan Sylvia Moss pada tahun 2009, bahwa ada satu komunikasi, yaitu passive communication, yang digunakan untuk memelihara keberlangsungan hubungan sosial menjadi lebih baik dan menjadi lebih menyenangkan. Nah, adapun beberapa literatur review ataupun rujukan yang saya gunakan untuk penelitian ini, yang pertama adalah dari DeVito tahun 2012 yang mengatakan bahwa passive communication is communication that aims to create pleasure among the parties involved. Di sini dia mengatakan bahwa passive communication itu adalah sebuah komunikasi yang bertujuan untuk memberikan kesenangan kepada partisipan komunikasi. Dan sebagaimana yang disampaikan oleh Malinowski dalam jurnal Passive Communication pada tahun 2009, dia menggambarkan bahwa passive communication adalah adalah komunikasi yang tidak bisa dipisahkan dari kehidupan sehari-hari. Lebih jauh, dia menerangkan bahwa passive communication itu tidak hanya sebatas basa-basi ataupun ungkapan-ungkapan yang sederhana saja, namun dalam proses komunikasi, ketika passive communication itu diterapkan, itu akan dapat membuat hubungan di antara individu itu menjadi lebih baik dan lebih menyenangkan. Kita tentunya ingin bahwa dalam proses komunikasi itu menghasilkan situasi yang efektif dan membuat partisipan komunikasi itu menjadi memahami satu sama lainnya. Nah, untuk menggali data, saya menggunakan penelitian deskriptif kualitatif di SMA IT Ikro Kota Bengkulu, lalu pengumpulan data rata-rata saya lakukan dengan cara mengamati proses pembelajaran di dalam kelas, sekaligus juga melihat dan mengamati bagaimana interaksi antara siswa dengan guru di lingkungan sekolah. Biasanya bentuk-bentuk ucapan seperti apa yang mereka gunakan pada saat mereka bertemu antara guru dengan siswa. Nah, selanjutnya selain melakukan observasi, saya juga melakukan wawancara dengan informan. Di sini informan saya adalah guru yang saya pilih berdasarkan kriteria-kriteria tertentu yang saya anggap mereka mampu memberikan jawaban dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang saya ajukan. Nah, selain itu juga saya melakukan focus group discussion kepada siswa yang merupakan perwakilan dari tiap-tiap kelas. Apa yang menjadi hasil penelitian saya? Yang pertama, diketahui bahwa sebenarnya Ethic communication itu sudah diterapkan, sudah diimplementasikan di SMA ITI Kota Bengkulu. Dan jawaban itu diperoleh dari interview dengan melalui proses FGD, di mana ethic communication itu sebenarnya merupakan bagian dari komunikasi interpersonal yang bertujuan untuk menciptakan hubungan di antara individu-individu menjadi lebih hangat, lebih familiar, dan lebih berbahagia. Sementara untuk informan students, mereka mengatakan bahwa ethic communication itu buat mereka menjadi senang. Lalu kemudian mereka melakukan juga yang namanya ethic communication dengan saling menyapa, kemudian memberikan ucapan, dan lain sebagainya. Untuk informan guru, mereka mengatakan bahwa melalui penggunaan ethic communication ini, hubungan antara guru dengan siswa itu menjadi lebih menyenangkan seperti itu. Dan dari hasil penelitian tersebut, saya menyimpulkan bahwa ethic communication sebenarnya sudah diterapkan di SMA ITI Kota Bengkulu. Dan penggunaan ethic communication ini bisa seperti ucapan selamat pagi, kemudian selamat siang, dan lain sebagainya. Terus menanyakan kabar, lalu hal-hal tersebut itu membuat relasi di antara individu, dalam hal ini guru dengan siswa, menjadi lebih dekat. Dan aplikasi dari ethic communication ini membuat siswa menjadi bersemangat dalam mengikuti program pembelajaran. Saya rasa itu yang bisa saya sampaikan dalam kesempatan ini. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Bu Rasiana. Well, so we are having a presentation after Pak Gafur, ya. So the next presenter is Pak Abdul Ghafur Marzuki. Okay, he is from UIN Dato Karama Palu, and also Pak Ifri Zarya from Stain Taungku di Rundeng Melabo. The title of their research is using Edmodo app in EFL classroom lectures, voice in Islamic higher education setting. So for the operator, please play the video. Oh, Pak Gafur is here.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning everyone. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. I am Abdul Ghafur Marzuki, and my colleague Pak Erizar are going to deliver some ideas, points of view regarding to using Edmodo application in EFL classroom, lectures, voice in Islamic higher education setting. Well, now we come up with the background of the study. Nowadays, in this digital era, technology has become the most important thing in our lives. It helps people do their work easily. We cannot live without technology because everything connects with technology. In the educational sector, technology has been a critical tool to foster learning by providing a platform for accessing information and delivering knowledge. Technology gives a lot of impact on education, and it helps the learning process become more engageable and effective. And the second concern is that teaching and learning process during and post-pandemic COVID-19. COVID-19 pandemic has changed our life in many aspects. One of them is the impact on education. The presence of COVID-19 hinders teaching and learning activities, which are usually carried out in a direct meeting or face-to-face. However, this pandemic can accelerate the learning systems is done remotely by utilizing technology. The COVID-19 became a significant catalyst for spur education, such as encouraging more use of technology in virtual learning activities. And the third, integration technology in the teaching means the use of technology tools in education to obtain, enjoy, and effective learning and support the element of education. There are some examples of integrating technology in education, such as wireless connection, learning management systems, internet technology, high-speed communication infrastructures, visual presentation, and assessing course materials using internet resources. The integration of technology in education tremendously improves the effectiveness of the learning process. And there are a lot of types of online learning tools. One of them is learning management systems. Learning management systems, or LMS, is a human creation application used to conduct a learning process. Learning management system has provided learning services for all types of learners. For example, cross-cultural collaborative learning opportunities, interactive learning environment for students and teachers, and course materials. Next, what is Edmodo? Edmodo is an educational network that aims at providing teachers with tools to help them connect and communicate with their students or even their parents. Via the Edmodo application or website, teachers or lecturers can share contents, texts, videos, homework, and assignments with their students online. Next, how to get started. Lecturer and the students can use Edmodo both in its desktop version and the application available for Android and iOS. Before creating classes on Edmodo, teachers need to create an account, which can be connected to their existing accounts from other service providers like Microsoft Outlook, Google, Facebook. The information from these other accounts is not shared with students or parents. One of the greatest advantages of Edmodo is that students and parents do not need to share their personal information or email addresses to create an account. All they need to do is to enter their name, surname, create a password, and enter the class code, which should be provided by the teacher or lecturers. This code is automatically generated by Edmodo when you create a new group. Next, with your account, you can create groups and invite students and parents to join. In these groups, you can share resources, photos, and articles, which will be seen by your students in a newsfeed format. And you can also send and receive private messages and create folders where students can upload assignments. All media shared with the group is automatically stored in a section which is called My Library. Next, Edmodo features. Here are the features contained in Edmodo. The first one is polling. Polling is a feature that is only specifically used by lecturers or teachers. This feature serves to find out students' responses. And the second one is grade book, a record of student grades. The third one is quiz, a feature where the lecturers makes a quiz is online evaluation to find out how fast students understand the material that has been taught. And the fourth is file and links. This is also useful feature for sending notes with file attachments and links. Files can have the extension doc, PPTs, Excels, PDF, and others. And the fifth is that which library, which function as a place to store various data. Lecturers or teachers can upload teaching materials such as presentation materials, pictures, videos, and other reference sources. And six, assignment, useful for assigning assignments to students online. To the advantages of this feature are that it is equipped with a time limit, attached files that allow students to send assignment directly. And the second, award badge. This is useful for giving award to students. And the parent code function for parents of students to monitor their children's learning activities. Next, methodology. The design is a case study. The instrument is observation and interview. The participants, 3 ELT teacher lectures in Islamic University, and the analysis used Brown and Clark's schematic to analyze the result. Next are findings. Constraints of Edmodo. Benefits of Edmodo. The first one is Edmodo is easy and simple and intuitive for all end users. And the second one, it is also low. It allows for customization of classroom based on the learner's needs, and it offers flexibility for teacher, lecturers, students, and parents. It provides a platform for timely and immediate access to teachers, immediate follow-up to teachers or lecturers and parental concern, and it has the capability of adding mobile application for iPhones, iPads, iPods, and Androids. And the last one, an email address is not required to access the course. Only the group code is required. Next are the findings, constraints of Edmodo. Constraints we noted are that Edmodo doesn't allow for student-to-student interactions. We think that a student-to-student interaction would be beneficial in any learning environment, especially when utilizing social media. Secondly, some students may not have the discipline to remain focused and be responsible for keeping up with the assignments, since this platform of delivering information is so leisurely. Also, the lack of audio capability, this would be a great enhancement for students who are audio-visual learners. Next, conclusion. Okay, this is the last slide. Through the use of Edmodo, lecturers can create classes or groups where later students can register themselves as participants in the class so that they can interact and carry out the teaching and learning process through this account. Learning through Edmodo is able to encourage students to actively participate in discussion and assignments. In addition, students will also increase their motivation, flexibility, and learning participation in the online learning environment. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah. Thank you very much for the church presenters. They are Pak Abdul Ghaffar Marzuki and also Pak Erizar. Yeah. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that if you have questions for the presenters, there are two presenters for the first session. The first one is Bu Is Jarwati and Nova Pandansari, and the second one is Bu Rasiana, and the third one is Pak Abdul Ghaffar Marzuki and Pak Erizar, yeah, or Mr. Erizar. So if you have a questions, you can write down your questions in the chat box, or you want to ask the question directly to Bu Rasiana, yeah, because Bu Rasiana is here. And I'm still looking at the Pak Gafur, yeah. I think Pak Gafur is also here. Oh, but no, yeah. That's left. So, is there any question for, okay, maybe for Bu Rasiana. Bu Rasiana, are you here, yeah? Bu Rasiana? It's about the communication. Her presentation is about the communication. Or okay, it seems that there is no question, or if you have a question, the participants. So you can ask directly to Bu Rasiana because Bu Rasiana is here. Oh, okay. Okay, we are going to move on the next session, I think, yeah. You can ask the questions through their emails, yeah, because the committee has already shared the emails and also the phone numbers. Well, we move on the second session, session 2. The first presenter is Bu Santiana, Dia Silvani, and Pak Ruslan, yeah. They are from Universitas Siliwangi. The title is about optimizing LMS canvas for interactive learning perceived by the students. I think Bu Dia Silvani is, oh, okay. They have made the video, yeah. So the operator, please play the video from Bu Santiana, Dia Silvani, and Pak Ruslan.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dia Silvani and my partner, Ibu Santiana. We are from Siliwangi University, and in this occasion, we are going to share with you the result of our research entitled Optimizing LMS Canvas for Interactive Learning Perceived by the Students. Alright, we are going to move on to the background of this study. So, ladies and gentlemen, recently we cannot deny that technology plays an important role in almost every aspect of our life, since it is also the result of digital revolution in our society, which also brings some changes into our educational systems. And of course, it will affect the teaching and learning process, especially when we talk about our current condition, when the COVID-19 outbreak back in March 2020, we as an educators, as a lecturer, as a teacher, and all of the educational practitioners have to find out the solution about how to conduct teaching and learning process in the middle of pandemic. So one of the solutions is by integrating technology in teaching and learning process. And however, if we try to embed technology during teaching and learning process, actually it will bring some benefits to the flow of teaching and learning process itself, since it can make teaching and learning process become more interactive, become more interesting, and also become more effective. So we have to be able to adapt to the current condition of the technological advancement in our daily life, and also integrating them into teaching and learning process. And one of the solutions which is commonly applied by the teachers nowadays is by using LMS. So what is LMS? we will see some definitions of LMS here. There are some definition by the experts about LMS, but in general, LMS is basically a software or e-learning tools which enables the teacher to manage the learning activities by providing or sharing or creating learning sources, learning materials, distributing some assignments, giving some assessment to the students, and also monitor students' progress in joining teaching and learning process. And it is not only limited to be applied in educational institution, but also in all other organization that holds online learning program. And one of the learning management system which can be used by the teacher is Canvas. Right? We are going to see, but before that, we will going to discuss about some basic features of LMS first, and then we are going to move to Canvas in detail. So basically, there are some features of LMS that can be utilized by the teacher. The first one is it can create and update training modules by which the teacher can create and also can upload some modules as a learning sources that can be accessed by the students through the LMS. And it also can import lessons and students, and also it can manage users and control their access level. So we can monitor the list of students who enroll to our course, and then we can also set their access levels, whether they can only view the files, whether they can upload some files, give response to our LMS, and then even they can edit some files that we provide in our LMS. Besides, we can also integrate some interesting learning activities to LMS. One of them is by giving them some quizzes and also online discussions maybe, and then online presentation, and we can also assess students' progress in our LMS. So we can give them some scores after we assess their performance, and then we can monitor their progress, and also we can find out how far the students engage in our teaching and learning process. And next, some basic features still of LMS. In LMS, we can also make some structured schedule that can be seen by our students so they can be well prepared in joining teaching and learning process. It can be seen in the course calendar, and we can also set some due dates of the assignment that we give to the students, and then we can also give them certificates right after they graduate or right after they join our course in LMS. We can also drive content and then give us or deliver the instruction in the form of module. And also we can notify the students by sending them email or SMS reminders so they will not miss any important dates in our course. Besides, more importantly, it provides some social learning features which enables both the teachers and the students to communicate with each other by using LMS. So by using LMS, there is no limitation in time and space to communicate between teachers and students, and it gives some opportunity for the teacher to improve the interactive online learning, especially by using LMS. All right, so as I told you earlier that one of the LMS that can be applied by the teacher is Canvas. So what is Canvas? All right, so Canvas actually is a learning management system, or LMS, of course, an online learning platform that allows teachers and students to share content and communicate with one another during a course. So basically, Canvas have, fulfill the requirement of a good LMS by providing teacher various features that can be utilized by them in conducting teaching and learning process. And to find out more about Canvas, what features that can be utilized by the teacher, why we have to use Canvas, and then how the students perceived about using Canvas for supporting online interactive learning. It will be delivered by my partner, Ibu Santiana. Ibu Santiana, time and place is yours.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Dea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are continue our presentation. Now, after we know about the Canvas, what is Canvas, and then now we come up to the advantages of the Canvas itself. So why we use Canvas in our daily teaching activities? Here are Canvas tools enhance the teaching power and the students' learning experience because in the Canvas they are already in control. The students always know where they stand in the course because the red book in Canvas is always available. Canvas here makes grading assignment fast and simple. So Canvas can maintain assignment integrity by enabling uploaded submission, timestamped choice, auto-graded assignment, instant feedback, annotation, automatically weighted assignment, and much more. And this will eliminate hauling around stacks of the students' papers and preventing debates about lot assignment. Another reason why we use Canvas is in the Canvas, it can be automated tasks. Canvas assignment use due date setting to trigger reminders the students to they are less likely to miss assignment. And also in Canvas, there are cloud-based course content. So in Canvas, can organize and stores or related materials in one centralized and secure location in a way that is easy for the students to locate and self-serve, which help limit unnecessary correspondence. So the students can access them 24 hours in a week from anywhere, everywhere, since they have a good connection. So why we use Canvas? Because the Canvas tool can help maximizing students and teachers' interaction here. Because there are some many features in the Canvas we can use to optimize our teaching and learning process. For example, the first is inbox or message and conversation. The Canvas inbox functions like an email. So we can use that account to help us to communicate with our students. And then we can set the calendar here. So the global navigation menu displays a calendar features populating all the class assignments to help us to stay current and prevent missing out on the completing an assignment for students or grading one for instructors. So in the LMS Canvas, you can also create a conferencing. Here, conferencing make it easy to conduct synchronous or real-time lectures. So at the time, the students in that course can interact between us, between the teacher and students. So we can also use the videos. We can use also the demo application and the that stuff. And then we can share our presentation slide, PowerPoint or video or another. We can input or integrate with our LMS Canvas. And another tool, we can also use the chat. Here, the chat tools give teachers another option to keep virtual. So when the students are stuck in their, didn't understand about the materials, they can typing some kinds of message or chatting us when they have a problems. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So another tool which can help maximize the students and teacher interaction by using Canvas is there is features which is can build the discussion. Canvas provides an integrated system for class discussions. Here are allowing both the teachers, both us with the students, to start and contribute to as many discussion topic as possible. That can be more interactive learning between the students and teachers. And here are the collaborative spaces and group. And the Canvas is also exists the collaborative spaces and group because in the Canvas features, there are the menu displays that here can help teachers stay current and prevent missing out on completing the assignment for students. And we immediately can grading one for the instructors. And in the Canvas tools, we can also use the announcement. Here, the students can get important updated information by us, and then without having to go through the emails or another account, they can directly have that announcement by only accessing the Canvas. And here, when we put the announcement, the students can automatically give or take the notification. So teacher and student can get alert through email or text message or social media. When we uploaded announcement at that time, immediately the student can get the notification about our announcement. And Canvas tool can also help maximizing student and teacher interaction, because in the LMS Canvas, there are features which is we can remind students to another upcoming assignment, which is called by to-do list. And the next is assignment feedback. Here we can easily give the feedback to the students for their assignment, so the student know what is expected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we come up to the methodology. Here we use a descriptive research for our research design. We use the kinds of instrument here in our research. There are questionnaire and interview, and we have 77 students as a participant who took a technology enhanced language learning course. And to analyze the data, we use statistical analysis and also thematic analysis to analyze the data gathered. And now we come up to the finding. Right, ladies and gentlemen, since the aims of this study is to investigate student perceptions of using LMS Canvas for optimizing interactive online learnings, so after we analyze the research, the result from the questionnaires and the semi-structured interview, we found that the students perceive that Canvas is easy to use for online learning. In addition, they also think that this LMS is very useful to support the interactive communication between teacher and students, also between students with their fellow friends. The students also perceive that LMS Canvas can motivate them to learn more about the lesson, and the use of Canvas itself can help them practicing related to language skills. So those results are categorized into the attitude toward using LMS Canvas for interactive learning. And another finding, in general, the average times that students spend to access Canvas is ranging from less than an hour to more than 2 hours. So this data is indicated that the actual use of Canvas as a learning management system is very effective. Now we come up to the conclusion. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we found that the study is revealed that the majorities of the participants had favorable opinions using Canvas to create an interactive learning environment. So according to the research results of the questionnaires, students agree that utilizing Canvas was useful, beneficial, and effective in assisting them in learning English at any time and from any location. They also believe that using Canvas will help them enhance not only their reading comprehension, but also their writing and speaking skills. On the other side, there were certain disadvantages of utilizing Canvas, such as issue with the internet access or network connectivity. While Canvas had some limitation, the benefit it's provided to students' learning activities and performance outweighed the disadvantages. So this advantage could be extended to their learning outcome, particularly in the attractive learning environment. So finally, there was favorable opinions of using Canvas for interactive learning. So we truly believe that by using Canvas, The student can be active and interactive when doing the teaching and learning process. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for our presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to check my voice. Is my voice clear? Dear participants, is my voice clear? Suara saya jelas tidak?
Yes, sir.
Clear, ya?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That is Bu Santiana and Bu Dia Silvani and also Pak Ruslan, ya. Actually, Bu Dia Silvani is here. If you have a question, you can write in the chat box. And we move on the next presentation. The second presenter in the second session is Pak Andi Swarni. He is from Universitas Muhammadiyah Bone. His title is Enhancing the Students' Reading Comprehension Using Pre-Questioning and Personal Recount Text. Okay, the operator, please play the video.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andi Swarni from University of Muhammadiyah Bone. The title of my paper is Reading Comprehension Using Pre-Questioning in Personal Recount Text. Introduction. As we know that English has four language skills. There are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Reading is one of the language skills that the student have to master. In reading, the reader should be ready to handle a part of the text because it's easy to realize the comprehension in reading when the readers are ready to organize the text. Sometimes the student find a sort of pre-questioning, and it's important for them to grasp a reading text by having knowledge, a general view of the text. The use of pre-questioning is extremely useful in teaching. Pre-questioning itself can build the student interest and motivation before students read the full of text. Pre-questioning is also implicitly there are some questions which are provided before the student read the full of text. So, as to create the student interest and motivation, also their cognitive factors, pre-questioning is very useful to activate the schemata. Thus, the students can predict what is going to be faced by them within the reading text. The objective of the research is to find out the student's in reading comprehension through pre-questioning in personal recount text at the 10th grade student of SMA Negeri 3 Otampone in South Sulawesi. While the scope of the study, the researcher focused to enhance the student achievement in reading, in literal reading, for example, the main idea, detailed information, and following instruction, and also the students' achievement in interpretative comprehension. The method in this research, the method of the study was classroom action research that contains 4 stages. They are planning, actions, observation, and reflection. In planning, there are some steps that the researcher have to prepare. For the first is prepare the lesson plan, and then prepare the observation sheets, and also the researcher also prepare teaching instrument and also prepare for the test. while in action, it means that the researcher have to the activity that the learning process, especially in reading comprehension through pre-questioning strategy. In the third stage, observation, it means that the teacher or the researcher identified and met not all the problem that was needed when teaching and learning process based on observation paper that that had been arranged. While in the fourth stage is reflection, it means that the teacher or the researcher finishing the process, the teacher recheck the result of the evaluation and observation whether the teaching and learning process of reading through pre-questioning in personal recount text was good to implementing in teaching and learning process at the 10 grade students of SMA Negeri 3 Tampone. While in this research was conducted at SMA Negeri 3 Tampone, is located in South Sulawesi. The subject of the research was the 10th grade that consists of 30 students. Next, we can see here the student improvement in literal comprehensions. In the figure 1, the graphic show the pre-questioning in personal context improve the student reading literal. We can see that from the test in cycle 1 and cycle 2, in which cycle 2 is the highest of all, about the mean score of literals in cycle 2 is 67.75, and then in cycle 1 is 51.31, is higher than the test, where the student got 40.56. So in cycle 1 is higher than the test. Next, the figure 2. Next, the figure 2, we can see here the student improvement in interpretive comprehension. In cycle 2, there is the highest level. There is 67.10. Is higher than in cycle 1, has 51.31. From the determinant test has 39.47. Next, in the graphic or in the figure 3, the student improvement in reading comprehension. We can see in the graphic that show the student reading comprehension improves from the test to cycle 1 and cycle 2, in which cycle 2 is highest of all. Then cycle 2 is higher than cycle 1. The mean score of reading comprehension in the cycle 2 is 67.42. Then the mean score of student in cycle 1 is 51.31. And the student get the D test is 40.01. We can see here the table the improvement of the student reading comprehension. The table show the student at the 10th grade of SMA Negeri 3 Watampone improves their reading literal from the test to cycle 1 and cycle 2, in which cycle 2 is the cradle of all, about the mean score of literal in cycle 2 is 67.75. Then in cycle 1 is 51.31, and the test where the student got 40.57. It indicates the improvement of the student reading literal is 26.48 in the test to cycle 1. The improvement in cycle 1 to cycle 2 is 32.31, and the improvement of the test to cycle 2 is 67.09. The data indicates that the use of pre-questioning in personal record text enhance or improve the student reading literal significantly. Conclusion. The use of pre-questioning in personal record text in presenting the reading comprehension material at the 10th grade student of SMA Negeri 3 Watampone improve the student achievement. The finding indicates that the mean score of test in cycle 2 is greater than the mean score of test for cycle 1. Here we can see that from the research, we can found that the cycle 1, the mean score of the cycle 2 is greater than the cycle 1. Has 67.75 in cycle 2, when in cycle 1 it's 51.31. Therefore, the use of pre-questioning in personal record text can enhance the student literal and interpretative comprehension at the 10th grade student of SMA Negeri 3 Watampone. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh ya. Thank you very much Bu Andi Suwarni ya. So, ladies and gentlemen, so the third presenter in the second session is Bu Almira Kemala Ulfa from IAIN Lok Sumawe, and also Bu Ainul Rida from Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Ekonomi Sabang Banda Aceh. The title of their research is Level of Effectiveness and Efficiency of Regional Finance, especially the Aceh provincial government in the period after the implementation of the revision of the law on regional autonomy. Well,
Hello guys, my name is Almira Kemala Ulfa. I am a content creator from IAIN Lok Sumawe. I will talk about level of effectiveness and efficiency of regional finance, especially the Aceh provincial government in the period after the implementation of the revision of the law on regional autonomy. The purpose of this study is to find out how the level, effectiveness, and efficiency of the regional government of Aceh province of the revision of the regional autonomy law. This research was conducted of the Aceh provincial government. This study used data directly obtained from the Aceh government. Data analysis was carried out using descriptive qualitative method. The aim of this research is to find out how the level of effectiveness and efficiency of the regional finance of the Aceh provincial government after the revision of the regional autonomy law. So the result of this study we can see from the effectiveness because the target set by the Aceh government is to higher than the contribution given from PXD. So it shows the government performance is less effective. The result of the study are seen from the efficiency of the Aceh government that has not achieved maximum regional autonomy, where the target of regional autonomy is to seek effective and efficient regional finance. The Aceh government is only able to seek efficient regional finance. From introduction, I will talk about the central government in both developed countries have delegate responsibility, authority, and related research to lower level of government. This is intended so that local government can regulate their own regional household affairs on their own initiative based on the aspiration of the community in accordance with applicable laws and regulations, and so that there is also a financial balance between the central and regional government that is more rational, proportional, and real. Law number 22 1999 concerning regional governance, and law number 25 1999 concerning fiscal balance between central and regional government is the starting point for the government to leave the centralized government system for a new decentralized government system. This provides opportunity for change in national development from growth to equitable distribution of development in a more just and balanced manner. This change can be realized through regional autonomy policy and the balance of central and regional finance. Regional autonomy policy through law number 22 of 1999. There are a number of weaknesses both in terms of policy and implementation. Therefore, this autonomy policy requires revision to become law number 32 of 2004 concerning regional government. Along with the revision of the regional autonomy law on regional government, the regional autonomy law on financial balance between the central and regional government, law number 25 of 1999 was also revised to become law number 33 of 2004. As a consequence of this broad autonomy authority, every local government has an obligation to improve public service and welfare in a democratic, fair, equitable, and sustainable manner. This obligation can be fulfilled if the local government is able to manage the potential of the region, namely the potential of natural resource, human resource, and the potential of financial resource optimally. In the context of public accountability, the regional government must optimize the budget that is carried out economically, efficiently, and effectively to realize the welfare of the community. The phenomena that has occurred so far show that regional financial management and performance are still very concerned. The fact that only a few percent of regional revenue comes from regional or regional revenue can be creates a very high financial dependence of the regional government on the central government. The granting of regional autonomy and the revision of the law on regional autonomy are expected to increase the efficiency, effectiveness, and accountability of the public sector in Indonesia. Each region is required to find alternative source of development financing without reducing the hope that there will still be assistance from the central government and using public funds in accordance with the priority and aspiration of the community. Therefore, the success of the local government today is very dependent on the government and the community in the area in optimizing the available regional potential. For this reason, local government must be able to establish harmonious relationship with every community in their area so that community support and participation are used as basic capital in regional development. Likewise, balancing funds origination from the central government should be placed as a stimulus so that they can attract even greater funds from the regional economic potential. Research methodology in this research, we use descriptive research, where this research will describe about the phenomena or characteristic of the ongoing data at the time this research was conducted or during a certain period of time to test and answer questions regarding the latest status of the research subject. The data needed in this research, we use our secondary data and primary data. the data analysis method used is descriptive qualitative method. Okay, we go to discussion. I will talk about how analyze of the effectiveness of Aceh local government revenue. The effectiveness of regional revenue describe the ability of local government to realize revenue. The plan original area is compared with the target set based on the real potential of the regional. To determine the effectiveness of the local revenue collection, the following assumption are used if the contribution of the result output is greater than the value of the achievement of this target. Then it can be said that the correction of original revenue, the area is getting more effective. And if the contribution of the research output is getting smaller to the achievement value with this target, it can be said that the correction of regional original revenue is increasing in effective. And in this research, we got a result. The contribution of the research output is getting smaller to the achievement value with the target. So we can assumption that the correction of regional organic revenue is increasing in effective. Okay, I will talk about efficiency analysis of Aceh government regional original revenue. Efficiency of regional original revenue, we can describe the comparison between the amount of cost incurred to obtain income and the realization of income received. The performance of local government in the collection revenue is categorized as efficient if the ratio achieved is less than 1 or below 100%. The smaller the efficiency ratio, the better the performance of the local government. The local government needs to carefully calculate how much it will cost to realize all the revenue it receives. This needs to be done because even though the region has success in realizing revenue received in accordance with the set target, this success has no meaning if the turnout of the costs incurred are greater. Okay, next I will talk about evaluation and analysis of the effectiveness of the Aceh government regional original revenue. The effectiveness of regional original revenue can describe about the ability of local government to realize revenue. The planned original area is compared with the target set based on the real potential of the region. From research what the author did and in accordance with the theory described in the literature review, it can be seen that Aceh government financial performance or capability as measured by the effectiveness ratio of regional original revenue, and it can be shown that the financial performance of the government of Aceh after the implementation of the revision of the law on regional autonomy is law 32 and 34 of 2004 are still not effective. Okay, and next I will talk about evaluation and analysis of the efficiency analysis of the Aceh government regional original revenue. Efficiency of regional original revenue illustrates the comparison between the amount of cost incurred for earned income with the realization of income received. The performance of local government in carrying out revenue collection is categorized as efficient if the ratio achieved is less than 1 or below 100%. From the research then that the author did and in accordance with the theory described in the literature review, it can be concluded that it can be seen that the performance of the financial capability of the Aceh government as measured by the ratio of efficiency of regional original income. So it can be shown that the financial performance of the government of Aceh after the implementation of the revision of the law on regional autonomy, law number 32 and 34 of 2004 have been efficient. Okay, this is my the last. So this is my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. See you next time. Bye bye.
Okay, the operator, you can stop the video. Well, thank you very much. That is the third video, yeah, from Bu Almira, Kumala Ulfa, and also Bu Ainul Rida. So if you have questions, you can send, you can chat in chat room or chat box, and also you can send your question, and then your questions will be sent to the email of the speakers. But here, Budea, are you here, Budea? Okay, Budea, I think there is one question here. Okay, let me read the question for you, yeah, Budea. So, is my voice clear, Budea? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, ma'am. I am Rahayu, a student from English Study Program. Okay, yeah, Yang Churup. Thank you so much for you both for interesting presentation, yeah, Bu Santiana and Bu Dea, about LSM and Canvas. So actually, these two platforms are new things for me and looks like have very much interesting features, yeah, and also the advantages. So my question is, what is the best way for us as a teacher or teachers to be able to direct students to following our material through the good feature of platforms? Because usually when studying online, students sometimes find it difficult to focus and more interested in social media entertainment. So, Budia, could you answer directly? Okay, maybe louder, please. Your voice is not quite clear here.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Louder, please.
All
Budia.
right, all right, all right.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. Yeah, it
Okay.
seems like I have an internet connection problem
Okay.
here.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. So thank you for the question, Rahayu. It's about what is it? Social media integration with online learning, especially LMS that we use. So if you can identify that your students prefer to access their social media more rather than accessing your LMS, for example, class, classroom, other LMS that you use, I think it will be better for you if you try to integrate their social media to your teaching practice or into your learning process. So, for example, you can give some students the link from the social media about some issue or video that they have to watch, and then you can also give them some assignments. For example, and I have also done this strategy when I teach in a speaking class, when I ask the students to perform certain speaking topics, and then they have to upload their video to their social media. So you can integrate social media into your teaching and learning process to make it more interesting. Yeah, because by integrating social media to your teaching and learning process, actually it will give them some opportunity to communicate interactively with their friends. Because by uploading or by accessing their social media in relation to class, they can give, for example, comments and feedback, valuable feedback or correction to their friends that they can use it to improve their performance in language skills that is what is the difference. Yeah. So I think you can try to integrate some social media by putting, some trending topic in certain social media, and then use it as the topic to discuss in your classroom or practices. And I think it will be more realistic with your students' condition. Yeah, it cannot be denied that our students prefer to access their social media and making them more interesting rather than your lecturing. Yeah. So I think it will be valuable strategy for you to try. I hope it can answer this question. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Budia Silvania. So, related to using Canvas and also other platforms, yeah, is that Canvas, it's one of the alternatives for us, a teacher or lecturer, to teach English or other subjects. So you can integrate, you can combine all the platforms to teach in the classroom, and you need to focus. Yeah, you need to make focus the students in learning online by providing several activities in that platform, so the students can pay attention to what you are teaching. So it depends on the teacher itself. How can the teacher can be creative and providing tasks, assignments, and activities during using that platforms. But Canvas is okay, yeah. Well, actually, ladies and gentlemen, so that is the, I think if you have questions, you can write down the chat box, and also you can send to the, or our committee will send your questions to the email of the presenters. So we move to the, thank you very much, yeah, Budea. And we move to the next session. Okay, and the next sessions, we have 3 presenters again. So the first one is Samsul Bahri, Pak Samsul Bahri, Pak Budi Harlianto, and wow, Pak Helvi Eka Saputra, Pak Abriza Hongko, and Bu Mardatila Saryanti. They are from University of Bengkulu. So the title of their research is Analysis of Physical and Chemical Factors of Water Sources in Coastal Area. Case study at University of Bengkulu area. Oh. So, and the second one is Rizky Septia Utami, is from Universitas Patpatulai. And the third one is Pak Sumarto and Bu Emi. Okay, as the last presenters in the third session. Well, the operator, I think you can play the video for, or is there any presenters from Apriza Hongko? I think I saw you. Hongko. Oh no, yeah. Oh, okay. Is there any video from the from Pak Samsul Bahri? The operator, you can play. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Let me introduce myself. My name is Apriza Hongko Putra from Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, University of Bengkulu. Today, I will present our research about analysis of physical and chemical factors of water sources in coastal area. Case study at University of Bengkulu campus area. University of Bengkulu is located in Bengkulu city, which is coastal area at west side of Sumatra. University of Bengkulu area with more than 22 users for water source consists of the student, lecturer, and others. The water quality is very important for the use in our daily activities, so that we can know about the quality of the water by the test of physical and chemical factor. The quality of deep and shallow water from several wells need to be classified based on national standard. What is the objective of the research? The objective of the research is to know water quality of several wells from University of Bengkulu campus area based on physical and chemical factors analysis. The methods, the research has been conducted from August to October 2019. The material, a sample bottle, pH meter, selenometer, laptop GPS conductivity meter, and BOD meter. This is our research site. We get the sample from these four sites with 7 wells. So the data collecting from 3 drilled wells, B1, B2, and B3, and 4 dark wells, G1, G2, G3, and G4. I'm sorry. Parameter and method of physical and chemical analysis as follows. The physical parameter, we measure the temperature, conductivity, TSS, TDS, salinity. The chemical, as like pH, COD, BOD, 5, ammoniac, nitrate, sulfate, phosphate, lead, or timber or plumbum and iron. The result and discussion. Water quality analysis. There are 7 wells as sample in this research. We need to know about the quality of water because in this well, the use of water is very important for research and also daily activity. The research saw the result as below. Okay, based on this table, we will know the result of the research with the red mark is exceed class 2, exceed class 2, right? This is exceed class 2 based on national standard. So it is not good for drinking water, And in B2, B3, iron is exceed class 1. It is included in class 2, right? It is still good for these drilled wells. B1, B2, B3 is drilled well. G1, G2, G3, G4 is dark well or shallow water source. So based on this table, we know that the quality of water based on physical and chemical parameter is better than this one, than dark well or shallow water source. Okay. Next, based on the primary data of laboratory of health in Bengkulu, this mark is exceeds standard class 1. This mark exceeds standard class 2. So the classification of water quality can be concluded as follows. Class 1 can be used as drinking water and daily use. Class 2 can be used for freshwater fishery, recreation, and agriculture. Class 3 for freshwater fishery and animal breeding. And class 4 for irrigation in agriculture. Okay, look at this picture. This is the graphic of water quality based on physical factor. Okay, we know that at B3, the physical factor is high here, the highest here, and the lowest is at G3. And then the quality of water based on, it is not physical but chemical factor, right? The phosphate is very high or the highest at B1, the phosphate. Phosphate is not good for drinking water. The smell is bad and the people don't like this this smell. And it is very dangerous for the people in long use, right? Okay, others chemical factor, I think it is not very different, right? It is not very different. Okay, the phosphate. Okay, as a conclusion, based on the research, can be concluded that B1, B2, and B3 are good quality and not exceed class 2 standard for all physical parameter, but there were 2 chemical parameter exceed class 2, such as phosphate and iron. There are physical and chemical parameter exceeding class 2 in G1, like TSS or total suspended solid, pH or acidity and phosphate. At G2, conductivity, pH and phosphate. At G3, PH and postpaid, and G4 PH and postpaid. The result showed that dry well is better than dark well. Okay. Acknowledgement. Thank to LPPM University of Bengkulu, which support us financially and facilitates all of our research processes. Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Maybe if you have some question. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. You are welcome, yeah, Pak Samsul Bahri and team, yeah. So, and the next presentation is from Rizky Septia Utami. Okay, the operator, please share the video. Oh, no, it's Pak Sumarto. Is there any Rizky Septian Utami? No. Okay, I think the next is Pak Sumarto, yeah. The video presentation from Pak Sumarto and Emi Khalila Harahap, yeah, from IAIN Curup. The title is about Higher Education Management Information System, yeah, study at State Islamic Institute Curup, yeah, Indonesia. Well, the operator, please play the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma sholli ala sayidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayidina Muhammad. Thank you very much. COROLLA International Conference is very good conference. My name is Sumarto. I am from State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia, and my partner Emi Khalila Harahap from State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. I want to present my paper topic Higher Education Management Information System, study at State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. Management information system are needed by every educational institution, especially higher education. Paper use a research methodology with a descriptive qualitative approach, data collection technique with interview, observation, and documentation, data validity by data triangulation. The result of this paper, Education Management Information System, study at State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. This paper is that the education and teaching process at the Curup State Islamic Institute can take place well if there is an information system, starting when the new student admission process, filling out study plan card for one semester, until later when students have completed their study. Everything must be recorded well in the information system built by university, such as in the author collect. The information system has been well built, like the academic portal for Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sumarto. I am from State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia, and my partner Emmy Khalila Harahap from State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. I want to present my information system study at especially higher education. Paper use a research methodology with a descriptive qualitative approach, data collection technique with interview, observation, and documentation, data validity by data triangulation. The result of this paper, Education Management Information System study at State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. This paper is that the education and teaching process at the Curup State Islamic Institute can take place well if there is an information system, starting when the new student admission process, filling out study plan card for one semester, until later when students have completed their study. Everything must be recorded well in the information system built by university, such as in the author collect. The information system has been well built, like the academic portal for lecture and student. We can do attendance online, upload learning material that will be taught to student. Then student can read the material anywhere and anytime, so that it is more effective and efficient. As lecturer, we can also monitor the progress of the class we teach properly, from the first meeting to the last meeting. Likewise, research activity and publication by lecturers and students are well recorded through the online journal system. The leader Umea journal in State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia, IAIN Curup, Mr. Hardivison, is very good people. Good people give me and my friend about information online journal system. He teach me and my friend how to good publish in journal, national journal and international journal. IAIN Curup repository and open book system managed by the Scientific Publication Center until community service activity. Higher education management information system is very good in State Islamic Institute Curup, Indonesia. This paper can give you anything information about portal academic, about online journal system, about repository, and anything. I can tell you about open book system. Open book system give you information about new book and old book reference to you, to us, all people, about paper you read. Open book system, online journal system is very interesting to teach and to study it. I think that's all I can tell you about my paper, Higher Education Management Information System study at IAIN Europe. Thank you very much, COROLLA International Conference, and thank you very much to my partner, Dr. Emmy Khalila Harhab. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah. Thank you very much, Pak Sumarto. That is a video from Pak Sumarto. And if you have questions on that topic, you can send your questions to his or her his email, yeah, or you can write in the chat box, and after that we will give your questions to Pak Sumarto. So, dear participants and presenters, so now we are going to invite Bu Tri Nadila, ya. Bu Tri Nadila is here. She wants to present directly. Bu Tri Nadila, are you here?
I'm here, sir.
Okay. So the next presenter is Bu Tri Nadila. She is from Yayan Lok Sumawe. Her topic is about opportunities and challenges of Sharia accounting development. So Bu Tri Nadila, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, I cannot to share my PPT.
Okay.
Would you like to help me to
yes,
be?
Okay. We can give you an access as a co-host. Wait. Okay, wait, Bu Tri. Okay.
I think that I sent to my PPT to the committee.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Okay, it's okay, yeah.
Actually, I sent to Miss Eka. So
Okay.
you got it? Okay.
Oh, wait. You can talk, Bu.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yep.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I'm from Aceh, actually. So it's first time I go to Bengkulu, via virtual. Hopefully that I can go to there, inshallah. Okay, so I want to present my paper is talk about the opportunities and challenges for Sharia accounting and development. Okay, as we know that we going to talk about accounting Sharia. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's the first time. Okay, next. Yeah, you can see that the basic of accounting Sharia is Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 282. Yeah. The namely principle of responsibility, the principle of justice, and the principle of the third. Because that we as know the content of the first Al-Baqarah 2082, when you contract, yeah, I just make you highlight because it's a long a sentence. I try to highlight. When you contract, when you have or contract a debt one you put another for a state term, when we must do write it down. And then let a writer it down between you with a justice, and let not any writer refuse to write it down. Because why? Because that Allah teach us to be the truth about what we write down, and then we have to available about the witness, yeah, to see that our contract, so that we can see the meaning is this is principle of responsibility. Like I said before, it is principle of justice, because that we as know about the memory of the human is a limitness. So that's why we need to write it down. Okay, because that rapid development in business activities and based on financial institution like bank, insurance, and pension fund capital markets. The first accounting needed because that it related to bank. Yeah, the first bank we need to like something financial reported. So that's why the akuntan is needed when the bank is run operation. Okay, next slide, sir. Okay, and then about the another philosophy of accounting is something like for a business or the context of business, this context development of accounting is response and evaluation of business developments. As we know that in Indonesia, you maybe that you still remember about the Bank Syariah Indonesia, yeah. This is held, if not wrong, is in February, yeah, active in February 2021. It is first the Bank Syariah Indonesia has a biggest asset. It is related about the business development. Yeah, I think that is good news for us, because that we is know that Indonesia is the have a biggest Muslim in the world. Yeah, top 5 in the world. So that's what it is business development in Indonesia. Okay, next slide. Okay, in a recent decade, financial institutions have increased the volume and value of Sharia-based transaction. Of course, has increased the need for Sharia accounting. Yeah, so that's why development of thinking about Islamic accounting is also growing, which marked by the increasing acceptance of principle of Islamic transaction in the international world. Okay, so next slide, sir. Okay, it's we can see about the next one. I want to show the chart about the Muslim Indonesia. Next slide, please. Okay. In recent decades, financial institutions have something to value of Sharia-based transaction. Like what I said, the first about the Bank Syariah Indonesia is the first time the government of Indonesia have Sharia banking. Although that we realize not 100 Sharia system apply, but still develop. Yeah, still develop, and we must do optimistic. Indonesia can be something pioneer. Yeah, especially Aceh before the BSI, Bank Indonesia. We also know that Bank Aceh Syariah is the first banking Sharia system, and then Bank Syariah. So as Aceh, we know that is the most Muslim in Indonesia or in national. Okay, next slide, sir. Now I don't know, it's too tiny, yeah, but I want to tell you that Indonesia has opportunities to create something Sharia. When that the business like a banking, and then a Sharia insurance, insurance, and then a financial institution Sharia, it is something like we have to support. And then of course, then as accountant, and accounting Sharia accounting system will be applied in this system. Because that the name is Sharia, of course, the system will be 100% Sharia. Although that what I said before, now the Sharia system is not 100%. Yeah, it's so some of the system will be to what we call in English, will be to adapt in a Sharia system because it's difficult. Yeah, but this is still process, and we have to support this product of Indonesia, product of government Indonesia, especially in system banking. Okay, next slide, sir. Slide. Okay. Right. As we know that Sharia accounting is combination. Yeah, combination. Okay, this is combination of two elements of science, yeah, is accounting and Sharia. Because the approach used are the ideal approach, yeah. It's a pragmatic approach, use conventional accounting, then to carry out of the purification process. In the approach, of course, that based on to Maqasid Sharia principle, and then the biggest challenge how to break away from the conventional capitalism financial accounting. I'm as accounting. This is I'm still learning. I try to make the best how we can to applicate full Sharia system, because that it's so many the rule. Yeah, we not support and Sharia, but hopefully that in this year the government, local government and national government can be make rules, or to follow rules is can be 100 Sharia. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. Accounting must have expertise in technology, yeah. Jadi accounting not only to know about the rules, but we have to expertise technology and data analytic. And then the real challenge in Islamic accounting, yeah, related to public acceptance of the concept Islamic economy. And then I have to experience that it's something news that the accountant will be change of the machine. But as we know that machine cannot change the accountant, because why? Because that machine just operate, but about the artificial intelligence, yeah, and then about the how to operate, we still need accountant. So don't worry if the accountant will be replaced of the machine. So as accountant, we must to have some soft skill and hard skill, yeah, how we can to operate technology and how we can to adapt adapt fastly to technology, because that we as now is 4.0 and society 5.0 is to encourage us, yeah, it's not a content but it's another profession, how we can to adapt technology. Okay, and then how we can to make something acceptance concept of Islamic economics by big data. And then the last one is the conclusion that accounting, yeah, is not only influenced by the environment, but also the thinking paradigm of accounting scientists and accounting product will affect business practice and climate. That is challenges we as accountant, how we can to adapt of the new something business, new something like influence environment, yeah. And then Islamic accounting fast to the challenge exploring Sharia concept that discuss Maqasid Sharia is like concept zakat, mesyah, amanah, and ethics. Because that as we know, system Sharia system is only like akad mudarabah, like zakat, but another product Sharia can be applied, yeah, first in Indonesia, and then we can to go to a board. And then we have to reconciliation of financial accounting, management accounting, social accounting, behavioral, and then responding to development of Sharia monetary, Sharia fiscal, and then other Islamic economic developments. Okay, I think that's all, sir. My presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, everyone. Bila taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Bu Nadila, for the nice presentation. If there's questions after the end of the session, so now we are going to move on the next session, next presenter. So Bu Tri Nadila, if there is question, you can see also in the chat box, but you will answer if there is a question after the last session of this session, yeah. Okay, the next presenter is Lestari Triputri and also Mervi Apriansi from Perpetual University. The title is Text-Based Approach to E-Eval Teaching and Learning Activity. So please, operator, play the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'du. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity. In this opportunity, I would like to express my special thanks to Rector Perpetual University and the President of COROLLA Education Center who organized this event. Well, my name is Fitra Lestari and my partner, Gracia Gabrienda. We are from Perpetual University and we are very happy to be a part in this conference. In this opportunity, I would like to deliver my research about supply chain analysis and marketing of Arabica coffee in Rejang Lebong with a case study in Bermani Uluraya district. Coffee plantation are cultivated in most provinces in Indonesia. Rejang Lebong is one area that has a major contribution to coffee production in Bengkulu province. The types of coffee that are widely cultivated in Rejang Lebong, Regency, are Robusta and Arabica coffee. Arabica coffee is a type of coffee that is currently being promoted to be cultivated in Rejang Lebong Regency because Arabica coffee has a much higher price than Robusta coffee. The world's coffee demand is currently dominated by Arabica coffee. When few from the requirements for Arabica coffee cultivation, many areas in Rejang Lebong Regency meet the criteria Arabica coffee cultivation. Currently, there are still many farmers who do not want to switch the start cultivating Arabica coffee because they are still unfamiliar with Arabica coffee cultivation. In addition, there is also a lack knowledge about marketing Arabica coffee in the Rejang Lebong Regency, and the lack of the education about the market chain and the price Arabica coffee, which is much higher than Robusta coffee. Therefore, in initial study must be care of that can be used as education or initial information for the farmers. And for methodology, the research was conducted in Bermani Uluraya district, Rejang Lebong Regency, Bengkulu province. This location determined was carried out progressively by considering the absence of the research on the supply chain management in the area. And this area, there are already quite a number of Arabica coffee farmers. And the data used in the study are primary data and secondary data. Primary data is done by interview respondents, and secondary data is obtained for the literature that relate to research such as journal from the Central Bureau of Statistics and other documents. The method used to obtain data in the accordance with the research objective was direct interview with 15 Arabica coffee farmers in Bermani Uluraya district. And all data collected at all initial stage is validated and then analyzed in the three stage, namely the data relating to factors that influence the marketing of coffee beans, process using the analysis hierarchy process software with the analytic hierarchy process software, and then the marketing of Arabica coffee beans is analyzed with the institutional coordination variables that play a role. The last stage is that costs are based on the measure data so that farmers or aspect involved in the supply chain management can make the right decision. And then next, in the planning and discussion, the first is a factor affecting coffee beans marketing. Arabica farmers in the Bermani Uluraya district market their product agriculture to companies I'm sorry, that directly receive Arabica coffee in the form the coffee beans. The price set in the marketing of Arabica coffee beans is based on the several criteria of the Arabica coffee beans being a market. Of course, there is a price level accepted by the Arabica coffee farmers based on the data analyzed using the analytic hierarchy process program. It can be conclude that several important factors in the Arabica coffee marketing process are production factors, coffee bean quality and price. Okay. Next, okay. In the picture here, we can see the quality factors is the large factors affecting coffee beans marketing, and for the production have a 30%, and the price has 8% from the factors affecting coffee beans marketing. Okay, next, Arabica coffee marketing margin. Analysis of marketing is carried about in order to obtain information about the distribution of marketing margin, types of additional costs, inquire by producer, include the cost of the packaging seed, transportation costs, loading costs, and transportation costs. Okay. And this is a table about Arabica coffee marketing margin. This is any selling price here. It's 50,000 rupees, and a seed packing fee. It's 500 rupees. And transportation cost is 500 rupees. First harvest handling is 1,000. Total cost is 2,000, and farmer profits is 48,000 rupees. Okay, next, the Arabica coffee commodity supply chain. The supply chain is a very important component for the farmer as Arabica coffee producer. A long supply chain will certainly reduce the profits that will be received by farmers. Conversely, if the supply chains of the product is short, the total profit received by farmer will also be large. The supply chain, the marketing Arabica coffee beans in the Bermani Uluraya district, Rejang Lebong Regency has one supply chain. Just have one supply chain, just from farmers and then to companies. Namely, In the general, the supply chain consists of the three flows, namely the flow of goods, the flow of information, and flow of money. Okay, sorry, this is that I talking before about Arabica coffee supply chain. In the Bermani Uluraya district, just have a one supply chain, one Arabica coffee supply chain. This is Arabica coffee farmers, and they sell the product, agriculture product to Arabica coffee company, and then Arabica coffee company next to the ocean or export the Arabica coffee. Okay, and the conclusion is based on the research conducted on the Arabica coffee trade and the marketing chain in Bermani Uluraya district, Rejang Lebong Regency. It is known that the factors that influence the marketing of Arabica coffee beans process with the analytic hierarchy process, program or production factors, coffee bean quality, and also price. In the addition, the marketing margin of Arabica coffee beans is 2,000 rupiahs, and the farmer profit is 48,000 rupiahs. There is one marketing channel from Arabica coffee namely from farmers to Arabica coffee companies, and ends at auction or export. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, maybe just that can I explain from my research, and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, thank you very much. That is Fitri Lestari ya, not Lestari 3. Fitri Lestari and Gracia Gabrienda from Patbetul University, Analysis Supply Chain and Marketing of Arabica Coffee, Rejang Lebong. And the next presenter is Lestari 3 ya, Lestari 3 Putri and Mardia Apriansi. Okay, is there any video from them? Okay.
Good morning. I would like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lestari Triputri and I'm from Patbetul University. Today, on this occasion, I would like to present my presentation title is Text-Based Approach to EFL English Foreign Language Teaching and Learning Activity. The purpose of the presentation is this framework can accommodate new tools and innovations in learning English as a foreign language in Indonesia. Thus, it is very suitable to be applied by teachers who are creative and innovative for improvement of learning English as a foreign language in Indonesia. Before we continue to find out what is going on there, first, let me know what is a text first. A text is written or print words typically forming a connect piece of work. A text also can be any length. Next, we talk about TBI or text-based instructions. Text-based instructions explore the interaction between the learner and the text. The purpose of this approach is to enable learners to become competent, confident, critical readers, writers, viewers, and designers of text. TBI or text-based instruction involves analyzing text to understand how they are produced and how they impact on their audience. Producing text for particular audience and purpose information by an understanding of how texts are constructed. Next, about relationship between text and context. Text refers to the words which are written, while context is the surroundings of the text. Texts are constructed according to different purposes and contexts of use. There is a reciprocal relationship between text and context. From a social and functional point of view, texts are socially constructed and purposeful, and language learners use their knowledge about text structure and language feature and their skills to work with text to make meanings in various socio-cultural contexts. Next is about learner rules in text-based instructions. In learner rules, there are 4 things. The first one is must be able to understand and process a range of genre using format, layout, structure, grammar, and register appropriately. The second one must be able to interpret and respond to values, attitudes, and indigenous knowledge systems reflect in text. The third one is must explain how language and image may shape and reflect values and attitudes, identify and explain socio-cultural and political values, attitudes, and beliefs that are implicit or explicit in text. And the last one is need to be able to understand meta language in order to have the word to discuss the text. Next, in text-based approach, learning is carried out in 2 cycles, namely the oral and the writing cycle. In an oral activity or in a written task, there is a considerable degree of negotiation between the teacher and students, and between the students with themselves. Regarding the appropriateness of the staging of the text, choice of words and language feature while they construct the text together. They share the work of drafting the text and editing the text in pairs, in group, or with the teacher. And the next is about implementing of TBI or text-based instructions. A common instructional approach using TBI will include the following steps. The first, build the context. This means providing a background about the reading through sharing necessary information for an understanding of the topic of the text. This can be done verbally, visually, a combination of both, and etc. Semata refer to knowledge already stored in memory. O'Malley et al. 1996. Brown in 2001 distinguished 2 types of semata. Second is deconstructing the text. This involves comparing the writing of the text the students are using with another similarly written text. For example, comparing the structure of the 2 newspaper articles. The third one is joint constructions of text Derewianka. State that before students write independent text, it is useful for them to participate in the group writing of a text in the chosen genre. Students, with the support of the teacher, develop their own example of the text they were reading. For example, if the text was a newspaper article, the class developed a sample newspaper article with teacher support. The fourth is independent constructions of text. Same as 3, but now the student work alone. The character building is implied. For instance, cooperative is developed in joint construction stage. Critical thinking, hard working, and creativity are developed during construction the text. The last one is reflection students. Students discover how what they learn can be used in other contexts. After we implementing the TBI, here we will discuss about the learner text of TBI of text-based instruction. There are 4 example learner texts that can be used as a reference for both student and teacher in the text-based approach to language teaching. In each learner text, there is a summary of text structure and language feature due to the layout density, typical language feature, and highlight on a few items in the text, not on all of them, that can be used by teacher in class as model text. Learner texts are a collection of benchmark texts produced by students of various language levels from from post-beginner to intermediate ones. These include the following text types. Below is a summary of text type with their purposes, text structure, and language feature, which can be used as a text type reference for teachers and students. You can see in the picture on my slide, there are text type, there are purpose, text structure, and language features. The first is procedure text. The procedure text, the purpose is to tell how to do something. The structure of the procedure text is goal, what to be done. The material is a list of things needed, and steps, list of steps to do in sequence. The language feature of procedure text is noun groups, quantity, adjectives, technical words, imperatives, verb of actions, if clauses, adverbs of time or place, and conjunctions. Next is recount text. The purpose of recount text is to retell past event experience. The text structure is orientation to identifying who, what, where, when, series of events to record of events, and reorientation to rounding of events. And coda to personal opinion or evaluation of event, and the language feature is past tense verbs, action verbs, noun groups, conjunction, connectives, adverbs of time and place, specific participant, evaluative language. Next is exposition text. The purpose is to argue from one side of an issue to text. From one side of an issue, the text structure is statement of position, identifying water opinion and preview or of arguments, series of arguments, argument to support the position or opinion, reinforcement of statement of position of position or opinion, and the language feature is attitude words, modality, emotive language, generic participant, specific participants, thinking verb, action verb, and complex sentence. And the last example is postcard. The purpose is postcard is to present information, recount experience or events. The text structure is postcard layout and conversation, solutions, brief message or sequence of event, closing, and the language feature is information in proper space, formula in language, incomplete sentence structure, informal language, colloquial, expression, and clicks. Next is about assessment in the text-based approach. In the process of assessing students' performance, information about their progress toward achievement of a course learning outcome is put together and analyzed. Each of the learning outcome is a general statement of what student can do with text in social context. Source, objective, which contain learning outcomes are point of frequent reference throughout teaching, learning, and assessment. In other words, assessment should be based on the learning outcome of a course, which describe in general what student can do with text for a purpose in various social contexts. Once information on assessment is gathered and analyzed, it serves as a basis to make an appropriate revision and planning of teaching and learning experience in a course. First, course learning outcomes and language proficiency rating scale. Second is assessment is ongoing in the text-based working cycle, and the last one is criterion reference assessment. The last of my presentation tell about conclusion and suggestion. The purpose of this research is to provide an overview of language teaching from a social perspective based on recent developments. It suggests a practical teaching methodology inside a language classroom with specific guidance in designing a language course and strategy to conduct assessment in the text-based approach. The content of this research offers various benefits to postgraduate students, beginning teacher, and teacher trainers, since it presents a new functional approach to language and language teaching in an introductory and readable way. Text-based language teaching is helpful, sufficient, good, and relevant response to the need for English language teacher to teach the whole text in light of current development in systemic functional linguistics, which focus on the purpose and use of language in a social context. Okay, that's all of my presentations. Thank you very much for your great attention. May all those we have served be beneficial for all of us. Amin. Thank you so much and good morning.
Well, you are welcome. This is the study tree's presentation. Yeah, you have a question. If you have a question, you can write down in chat box, and after that, it will be sent to the presenters. Well, without wasting time, so we are going to move on the next session. Session 5 from Eko Francisco Herianto. They are from Patbetul University and Stipe Rejang Lebong. And the next presenter after Eko Francisco and Herianto is Adnan, ya, Pak Adnan, Bu Mardila, and also Bu Rini Suryani from Patbetul University, and also Pak Hefri Oktoyoki, ya, and the presenter Dodi Aprianto and Bu Mira Yanuarti. So they have sent the video to us. So we are going to play the video. The first is from Eko Francisco, yeah. So Pak Eko Francisco and Pak Herianto. So the title is about use effectiveness and usage and application time more and bamboo showed on growth and result of cucumber plants. Okay, the operator, please play the video. From Pak Eko Francisco.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks you very much for the time given to me to present my article. Good afternoon. Greeting to all of us who can join this event. Okay, I will immediately present the results of my research with my team, of course. Okay, now I will share screen my PowerPoint from my research. Okay. Okay. The title of my article is Use of Effectiveness of Dosage and Application Time Mold of Bamboo Shoots on Growth and Result Cucumber Plants Cucumis sativus L. By myself, Eko Francisco. Before I want to introduce myself, my name is Eko Francisco. I am a lecturer at Patbetul University. I am working at Patbetul University. Thanks. Next, my presentation. This is the first my presentation in international conference. Okay. From my title, I want to show my introduction of my research. Cucumber, Cucumis sativus L, is a type of vegetable plants originating from the cucurbitaceae family. Cucumbers are grown in lowland and highland area 0 to 1,000 meters above sea level. The bamboo shoots mold a solution to increase cucumber crop production. Okay, next. The research background. the bamboo shoots are one type of plant that has the potential to be extracted into mold. According to several research results, bamboo shoot mold contain high growth regulators so that they can stimulate plant growth. Nugroho 2013 states the bamboo shoot contain 59 milligram of phosphorus, 20,15 milligram of potassium, 13 milligram of calcium, and 0,50 milligram of iron. Okay, next. Based on these problems, the author intend to take the title use effectiveness of dosage and application time of bamboo shoot molds on the growth and yield of cucumber, Cucumis sativus L. plants. The research purpose of my research consists of to get the right mold dosage formulation and increase the production of cucumber plants, and to get the appropriate application technique in increasing the production of cucumber plants. The research contribution consists of the research will produce the next farming technology package in increase national cucumber productivity by utilizing local wisdom such as small rebung in Rejang Lebong Regency. The research implementation in the my research research implementation on June 2018 to September 2018. The research implementation done farming lands at Simpang Nangka, Rejang Lebong, with completely randomization RKL with 2 factorial. For the one factor is mold dose. Control 15 milliliter, 20 milliliter, and 25 milliliter. And 2 factor application time, morning, midday, and afternoon. And the research implementation, the start to prepare bamboo shoot mold making. The ingredients to making a bamboo shoot mold is a bamboo shoot 100 grams, coconut water 1 liter, rice washing water 1 liter, livestock manure 1 liter, brown sugar 100 gram. And tools consists of a chopper mat, cherry jam, used aqua bottle, hose, scale, and liter. How to make a bamboo shoot mold making? Finally chop the bamboo shoots, grind the sugar and dissolve it with rice washing water. Finally chopped bamboo shoots are put into a jerry can that already contains a sugar solution. Add coconut water. Put liquid manure into a jerry can that already contains bamboo shoots, rice water, and coconut water. Cover tightly. Then give a hose. Connect the hose from the jerry can to the used aqua bottle. Fill it with water. Ferments for 7 to 10 days. The mold is ready to use. Okay, next. The next research implementation is a preparation of planting media. Preparation of planting media begins with cleaning the research sites, then making beds using a hoe with a bed width of 90 centimeter and a bed height of 25 centimeter. The next research implementation is seed preparation and planting. Cucumber seeds with planting in soil media with 2 planting holes with a depth of 1 centimeter, totaling 2 seeds per planting hole in anticipation if the other seed did not grow normally, and the spacing between the planting holes was 45 times 45 centimeter. The next is implementation plant maintenance. Cucumber plants are maintained by watering, which is done after the cucumber seeds are planting and repeat every week accompanied by weeding if there are weeds in the planting medium. The last recent implementation is a giving mold shoots treatment. The mold of bamboo shoot was given 5 times from the first week after planting until the flowering period and thread or generative phase. Okay, next. Observation variable in my research, any X variable. The one variable is plant height, the two number of leaves, three number of ready to be branches, four flowering age, five number of fruits, six total fruit weights, seven fruit length, and eight fruit diameter. The data analysis, when the data is having from observation data were analyzing using the F-test at 5% level. And if the significant data will be continued with the MRT test at 5% level. Okay, next, result and discussion. The result, my result is can be we see at a table. The table, the result of ANOVA growth and cucumber yield with the use of the shake and times of application of bamboo shoot mold. From the dosage can be see that all of variable is so significant data from a variable of plant heights, number of leaves, number of plants, flowering age, number of fruits, total fruit weights, fruit length, fruit diameter from the dosage application. And then in the time application is a significant consists of a plant height variable, number of leaves variable, number of productive branch variable, total fruit weights variable, and fruit length variables. And for the interaction, the significant variable is the soul is a plant height variable, number of leaves variable. Any two a significant variable to show from interaction from dosage, time, and times. Okay, next. The mold treatment of bamboo shoots show that the mold treatment of bamboo shoots gave a good response to being used as an ingredient to add soil nutrient to support the growth and yield of cucumber plants. Treatment time of application of bamboo shoot mold determines several factors that have an impact on the growth, response, and yield of cucumber plants. And the interaction of those treatment and time of application of shoots mold was only able to have an impact on the two variables that were oriented to plant vegetative phases. So for other experimental variable, it was necessary to do research with other methods. Okay, next. From a table from a test of DMRT treatment dosage of mold shoots on cucumber growth and yield. From the table can be we say that the dosage treatment with a dose of 25 milliliter bamboo shoot mold indicated that with a dose of 25 milliliter mold solution, the shoot gave a good response to the increase in growth hormone around shoot meristematic cell. Okay, The increase in the hormone content is thought to stimulate the division and enlargement of meristematic cells around the growing vein area, thereby causing an increase in vein height. By Ridwansyah and Wibowo research in the 20 in the 2016. This is from the research Ridwansyah and Wibowo. Okay, from the table for the further test of DMRT treatment, time of application of MOL on cucumber growth and yield can be seen from the table. The time treatment with the time of application of MOL bamboo shoot in the afternoon, so the highest value in each variable. This indicated that the time treatment, namely in the time of application of MOL bamboo shoots in the afternoon, was the best treatment. I replicate. Namely, the time application of MOL bamboo shoot in the afternoon was the best treatment. This is in line with the opinion of Nasrullah et al. 2015, which states that the best time to water plants is in the afternoon after 5 of West Indonesian time. Okay. Next, a conclusion. The conclusion from my research, any two. The one is giving a dose of 25 milliliter bamboo shoot MOL can be recommended as the best dose to increase the growth and yield of cucumbers. And two, the application present bamboo shoot MOL at the right time of day can be a short time as the best time to present bamboo shoots MOL in the cultivation of cucumber plants. Okay, next. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the presentation of my article. More or less, I apologize. Hope it is useful. Thank you very much. I ended. Thank you for all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I stop my slide share.
Oke, waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak Eko Francisco ya. So we are going to move on the last presenter. I think Pak Dwi Aji Budiman ya, is from University of Bengkulu. The title is about communication activity and social media. It's about social studies ya. Network sites for the students in Bengkulu during the pandemic. So the operator, please play the video. This is the video.
Hello. My name is Adnan from Patpatulai University Janglebong. Manager 020 7126 201 Prodi Agroteknologi. The height and the low of the garden and the planting period of the ground and the field of yellow potato bush lake land of Janglebong Regency Peace Author Institutional MCE and Mrs. Madia Apriansi, Mrs. Rini Suryani. Potato sorghum tabarosum is a vegetable commodity that is widely cultivated in Indonesia, especially in Janglebong district at an altitude of 750 to 2,100 meters above sea level. The reservoir location from July to December 2019 at the Pilot Garden of Patpatulai University Janglebong. The purpose of this study was to determine the effect of mound, height, and the planning theme on the growth and the year of yellow potatoes. The decision was in the sick result in the quality randomized block factor decision with two factors. The first factor is amount height threshold symbols symbolized by and consists of 4 levels of threshold. Normally G1 equals 10 cm, G2 equals 20 cm, G3 equals 30 centimeter. And the second factor is the threshold of shoot planning period summated by P and the consistent of 4 level of threshold. Normally P0 was the same as without shoot threshold. P1 is equal to 25 days after planting, P2 planting shoot 20 days after planting, P3 planting shoot 35 days after planting. So that a total of 288 potato seed we obtain the variable of surface we plant, height, number of mines, stem, number of shoot, stem number diameter, tuber width, tuber diameter, tuber number, and the tuber dry weight. So that the 10 centimeter mound height threshold had a significant effect on the variable number of stem and the stem diameter. However, the 20 centimeter mound height threshold had a significant effect on the weight. The combination of 10 centimeter mound height 25 days and 35 days of planning had a significant effect the variable of plant height, number of shoot, main number tuber diameter. The height of the mound affect the vegetative and generative mass of potato, presumably due to environmental influences such as temperature and the humidity that affect the development of potato tuber weight. The combination of research is the threshold of geological height after growth and the generative period threshold with training after vegetative growth, and the generative period the base threshold was height of the mound of 20 centimeter with 35 days training had and the effect on the tuber diameter and generative periods. Suggestion the asset of height and the low mound and the planting pressure will after the yield of the potato tubers. Keywords: generative mound, planting, vegetative, and tuber. Thank you very much. Wow.
Okay, you're welcome. So sorry, yeah, for the mistake. The next presenter is before Pak Dwi Ajia is Pak Hefri Oktoyoki. So the operator, please play the video. Play the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity. In this opportunity, I would like to express my gratitude to Rector of Patpetula University and the President of COROLLA Education Center who organized this event. Well, my name is Hefri Oktoyoki from Patpetula University. I am very happy to be a part of this conference. In this opportunity, I would like to deliver my presentation about strategy of development for palm sugar business at UD Sari Aren in the period and post-COVID-19 pandemic through the business model canvas approach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my outline presentation. The first is introduction, second, research methodology, third, result and discussion, fourth, conclusion. Introduction. As we know, the COVID-19 pandemic that hit many people in the world, especially Indonesia, disrupt the sustainability of the circle of life in society. Many sectors are affected, not only in the health sector, but also in the economic, social, and even political sectors. In the economic sector, COVID-19 has caused shocks and a downturn in the global economic framework. And if we see about the potential business of palm sugar, one of the business potential of the palm sugar is UD Sari Aren. UD Sari Aren is one of the palm sugar agribusiness, small medium enterprise based in Rejang Lebong Regency. Economic growth and increased consumption of palm sugar in Indonesia, even globally, have grown the medium-small enterprise industry. So it has an attractive advantage and potential business opportunities. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, palm sugar small medium enterprise faced many obstacles, including a significant palm sugar decrease in sale of up to 70%, including Sari Aren. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think Sari Aren needs transformative business strategies and models to accelerate problem solving in business development. That is the reason this research was conducted. Okay, this is the framework, the business model canvas. The business model canvas analysis consists of 9 elements, such as key partners, key activities, key resources, value propositions, customer relationships, customer segments, channels, cost structure, and revenue stream. The objective of this research are mapping existing condition of business model applied the Sari Aren, analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat of each element of the Sari Aren business model canvas, and last, formulate alternative business development strategies that can be applied to Sari Aren is based on the latest business model. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is my research methods. The first is time and location. This research was conducted from July 2020 to March 2021 at UD Sari Aren. The data collection by semi-structured interview with Sari Aren owners, processors, and 30 consumers. Data collection use quantitative descriptive method. The questionnaire distribute to Sari Aren owner, processors, and 30 consumer. Data analysis use the SWOT analysis, and the second, business model canvas analysis. Okay, this is the thinking framework of this research. I think Sari Aren has the potential, but also has the problem of the Sari Aren shop. And based on the potential and the problem, so we identify the element of business model canvas, and then SWOT analysis on the 9 elements of business model canvas, and then we formulate of the alternative strategies through the SWOT, and then we create business model canvas is the result business model development. And ending of this research are managerial implementation and recommendation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, result and discussion of my research. First, this is a mapping existing condition of the business model canvas Sharia. In this existing condition, in this business model canvas analysis consists of 9 elements, such as key partners. For key partners, consists of 2 elements. For key activities, consists of 2 key activities. Value proposition consists of 2 elements. Customer relationship consists of 3 customer relationship. Customer segment X20 until 60 years who apply a healthy lifestyle. Key resources consists of 5 elements. Channel consists of 2 channels, such as direct channel and indirect channel. Cost structure consists of 6 elements, and revenue stream such as product sale in store and online, sale of palm sugar and smooth palm sugar. And then SWOT analysis based on existing condition business model canvas Sharia. Result 9 elements of business model canvas Sharia that have been identified are then evaluated through SWOT to design and select strategies based on strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. And a SWOT analysis is combined with a business model canvas. SWOT can evaluate the business model more intensively, then present the result of identification, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat for each element of the business model framework. And then, based on SWOT analysis, we formulate of alternative strategies through the SWOT metric. In the SWOT metric, at least consists of 4 strategies, such as strong opportunity strategy, weakness opportunity strategy, strong threat strategy, and the last, weakness threat strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on alternative strategy above, and then we create the new business model canvas of Sharia. In the new business model canvas of Sharia consists of 9 elements, and there are improvement and refinement, including the element key partners, the element value proposition, the element consumer relationship, the element channel, the element cost structure, and improvement about revenue streams. So the managerial implication of this research are Sharia must making strategies and developing work plans, and Sharia must maximize planning to utilize information technology such as social media for product marketing. Sharia concerned with setting tasks, responsibilities of each individual task with achieving organizational goals planned by the company. Sharia must making products with innovation, the capacity building of Sharia employees, must be increased. Sharia must creating new relationship with other partners that are whether in order to expand the market. So the conclusion of the research, we must change the new business model canvas of Sharia by adding several aspects to key elements, including value proposition, customer relationship, revenue streams, key activities, key partnership, and cost structure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is my presentation. Thank you for the time. Thank you for this opportunity. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And back to you, moderator. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so we move on the last presenters, Pak Dwi ya. Please, operator, please play the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. MD Aji Budiman from University of Bengkulu to be presenter in this international conference UPP and COROLLA. My paper title of Communication Activity and Social Media, Study of Social Network Site Bengkulu Student in Pandemic COVID-19. Introduction based on survey data conducted by the Indonesian Internet Service Provider Association (ITGAA) on June 2nd to 25, 2020. Internet user in Indonesia increased to 196.7 million people until the second quarter of 2020. The high use of the internet in Indonesia show that the level of digital literacy of the community has increased. Digital literacy is the ability of people to access and process data and information in various media platforms to receive or disseminate message and information in this life. According to Minister of Communication and Informatics, Johnny Kiplet, there is a shift in internet use to the COVID-19 pandemic. Creative change of switch in configuration and utilization or use of the internet. Previously, the internet was in the office, computer, school, and public place. However, nowadays internet used in shifting to housing and residential area. Interestingly, the phenomenon of internet use activity among students also increased in addiction to the use of the internet as a learning facility at home, but the use of the internet is also done for social media activities. The use of the internet for learning activity of students aged 5 until 24 years continue to increase. By 2020, 9.33% of students will be using the internet. With 2 years, primary school student accessing the internet increased to 35.97% in 2020 from 60.64% in 2018. Junior high school become 23.4%, high school 91.01%, and college 95.3%. The Central Statistic Agency explained that the internet is necessary for students to continue to carry out teaching and learning activity in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, the internet is also a medium of entertainment as well as to access information and social media. Method this qualitative research aim to find out and explain how communication activity among students during the COVID-19 pandemic through the use of social network sites. Data collection through interview result to students who are activity influenced in using social media. Result and discussion, various communication activities through social network site indicates that in the use of media, including the internet medium, students are active and self-direction. The student fully become an independent, active selector to meet his or her satisfaction. The finding of this study at what that can strengthen assumption in the theoretical model user interpretation, where it's a pandemic time active, students through social media have their own certification to determine the platform to be used. Among students, it is also known that they have a number of motive for their communication activities through social network site. In this activity, students have a tendency in the use of time when doing internet activity using social networking site. Conclusion in the research, students have a tendency towards orient themselves as active use when determine the social network site they chose. This show that learning finds satisfaction with fulfilling the mission and the need for information for himself as explained through the model use and gravitation theory. Individual interest and freedom to determining social media determined by the student himself. There is a tendency of consumptive pattern among students by action and making purchase transaction on the good they want. There is a tendency of dependency in the use of communication media with an average use of 5 and 6 hours per day. There is a culture orientation that is popular through interest in following Korean impression and impersonation behavior on TikTok social media content. There are my presentation. Thank very much for great attention for me, and I want to say thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You're welcome, ya, Pak Dwi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the last presenter of this session in room 1. So I'm so very thankful to all of you who have participated in this in this room, and also thank you for presenters and participants. I hope that what the presenters have already presented or delivered about the materials, it's very useful for all of you. And I want to inform that don't forget to fill the online attendance in the chat room. Well, actually, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, I end this session by saying thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We're back to the main session, I think.
Recording stopped.